What's good? We're back, coming at you live. Little 12-man, one quarterback, tight end premium mock draft. I'm going to try to hit you with one of these in a Superflex one, at least one a month. Got a full squad of mostly patrons here and sprinkled in some other guys. Old Big Co is drafting a team here at pick 12. What up, Big Co? So we're ready to get into it. We got 30 seconds to pick. Going to move fast, so, sometimes gets a little tricky here. Can get weird. You ready to roll?
I guess. Let's do it.
Fire it up. All right, so who's it going to be? JT? Got to be, right?
Got it. This is just one quarterback. If you want to take a wide receiver, whatever, but you have to start the draft.
Got to start it. Yep.
Yeah, rev your engines.
Boom.
All right, let me hit the volume down on that thing over there.
We
Or
got
the mute button.
Jonathan Taylor as number 1. We got old Jamar Chase.
There we go.
on
There
number
we go.
2. No real surprises here. What's going to happen at number 3? What do you think? Who's it going to be?
Justin Jefferson?
Boom. Do we move to running backs now?
Who's your favorite running back?
There goes Najee. I'm up in 2 picks. I'm hoping that I can maybe grab DeAndre Swift here.
This is a lot to do. Where am I at? Man?
It's a whole lot. We haven't done this in a while, so, trying to not get too crazy here. About to time out on old Bones.
Gotta stop that.
Come on.
There we go.
Oof. Rough pick. There goes Swift. Casey's back up. I'm going to go ahead and take A.J. Brown. Love me some A.J. Brown. Little concerned about what's going on with those knees, but, when he's out on the field, it's a whole lot of fun, and just absolutely slays it. Definitely up in my top 5 of wide receivers. I could have definitely taken CeeDee Lamb there and not felt too bad about it. I could have taken Javonte Williams there and felt good about it. And then we got Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, what do I do?
CeeDee
CeeDee Lamb or Javonte Williams?
I don't know. I think that's a video all in itself right there. I think that's a good conundrum.
Give me the running
that I've
back.
had multiple times in drafts leading up to here. Maybe I should have taken Christian McCaffrey over A.J. Brown, but felt good taking A.J. We got JMW, strong, usually a strong drafter there. He's going after. I left the low-hanging fruit of Pitts for others to see how long he would.
I didn't even think about Pitts. That was
I thought about it. I wanted to see how long he would go.
Why didn't you tell me?
I'm not going to tell anybody. I wanted to see how long Pitts would go. I feel I know Big Co would have taken him. I just wanted to see if he would have gotten all the way in there.
I totally forgot about the tight end premium. You got to take Pitts way earlier.
I could have 100% been down to take Pitts at 1.7. No problem. No questions asked.
That's why you mock.
But sometimes in mocks, I like to not take exactly who I would take just to see kind of how much further they would fall down the line if I don't take them here. So Kyle Pitts off the board at 110. Big Co's up. He's taking DK Metcalf. And whom?
He did take DK?
DK's off the board.
What do you know? Would you look at that?
Got a pretty even mix. Slightly running back heavy here, but now we're going to see what Big Co's going to do. At the 1-7 spot, it would have felt good to certainly draft Pitts there, and you're bummed you didn't get Pitts. You would have taken Pitts over Javonte Williams.
Oh, all day. I can't believe I didn't even look over there at the tight ends because it is tight end premium, and that needs to be on the forefront of your mind. I think. Now I guess I could still take Kittle with the next pick. I took a running back, so that helps. That helps not pigeonhole me. Moving forward, I can kind of do whatever I want. I guess I should probably take Tyreek Hill if he falls to me in one more pick. But, I mean, these guys aren't fun. Cooper Kupp, Diggs, Debo. Seems like a little too early to take them boys. Tyreek feels fine.
Big Co took Devontae Adams. There goes Debo.
Dalvin, big question mark. Austin Eckler. Simmons is old. Nick Chubb is also old. Saquon. Is this the realm of Saquon? Saquon or Cam Akers? What do you got over there on your loose leaf?
I have Barkley slightly ahead of Akers.
I think I'm just gonna take the home run hit, the safe hit. Let me get the Tyreek. Come on! I hit it. Let me get Tyreek Hill. It didn't. It's like spinning on me.
It said you said you wanted George Kittle, so
I had Kittle in the queue first, but it's still spinning. What the shit is that?
JMW, the Chiefs fan, takes Tyreek Hill. I'm gonna go ahead and
not upset about George Kittle. Very upset about not getting Kyle Pitts there. And now I'm on auto pick, and this thing's still spinning. This is.
I'm gonna go ahead and take a stab at Saquon here. Although I should have maybe just stuck with my original plan and let him fall to see where he would fall, see how far he would go down the board here. But feel pretty good about Saquon Barkley there. I would have probably. I feel like Antonio Gibson would have been a good selection there. How you feel about Gibson? I'm surprised he wasn't on your list, Jay Wayne.
Man, I have a million things going on. Antonio Gibson absolutely should be in discussion there. I think I'd probably rather have him than George Kittle. I don't know why he wasn't. He's not on that running back list. You got to go down to get him.
You really
do
got to go down. You got to go down to get Antonio Gibson. You got to go down to get J.K. Dobbins. So there goes Mark Andrews. This is tight end premium, like we talked about. Pretty
sleeper just shit out on me. That's what happened.
Pretty wide open builds here. Big Co is the only person. Well, Swift and Dalvin Cook from Robbie Jeffries over there at the Fantasy Authority is Jobby at the top. There goes Antonio Gibson. So he's got double running backs.
Yeah, if Jobby went Dalvin Cook.
Yeah, and Swift.
He should have gone Gibson over Dalvin Cook.
What
do you think about that?
I would take Gibson over Dalvin.
Not on talent, but definitely off the field
age
issue and
some
age.
Off the field issues. We don't really know what's going on with Dalvin. There could be some weird resurfacing stuff. Just seemed like we never met an end to that. And if it pops back up, it could be a huge bummer. Dalvin's awesome, but
there was no end. So maybe. But there hasn't been a lot of chatter. There hasn't been a lot of middle. There was just like a beginning.
Right.
And that's it. So no criminal charges that I'm aware of.
Boom. There goes Kelsey, and then Cooper Kupp and Hawkinson. That's a strong start for Urban Bobcat. He's at Hawkinson Homer.
He has
Loves
Hawkinson on every single team he's ever thought about having.
Dobbins.
Dobbins, strong pick. Strong pick. It's the talent's starting to fall off, huh?
Oh, we still got some good stuff going on here.
For some reason, my computer is just not wanting to.
Not getting any love here. There goes Waddle. That would have been a guy that I was interested in coming up next here.
About to restart this stupid son of a bitch. Got so many apps open. Maybe that's the problem.
Could very well be the problem.
Photoshop, Premiere Pro, OBS. Pile them up.
Doing too much.
You got to work hard. You got to grind. You got to grind all the time. You got to never stop, ever. Never sleep. Sleep when you're dead. You know how that goes.
That's the word on the street anyway.
You got a pick here. What are you going to do?
Oh, yeah. You take Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb feels pretty good. You take Chubb over Breece Hall. Would you give up the 1-1 to get Nick Chubb? Would you take Breece?
I'd feel pretty good about that.
What, giving up the 1-1 and taking Chubb?
Yeah, I don't have any problem with that.
Okay.
DJ Moore. We're going to go ahead and grab Chubb here. Got a bunch of middle-aged running backs, so I don't love this start theoretically. Got a bunch of 25, 26-year-old running backs and A.J. Brown with no knees. So, could be rocky for this, but felt like the value was there on Nick Chubb, but maybe not. Darren Waller, that was a better pick. That's why you got to mock it up. Good job, JMW. That's a strong pick with tight end premium. We saw Darren Waller not quite reach the peak that people thought he would last year, dealing with some injuries. Hunter Renfrow really reaped the benefits of that. And Now you got Darren Waller falling to around the 3rd round, which probably would have been more of a 2nd-round pick last year, although I guess he was kind of bottom of the 3rd. So Jay Wayne going and taking Breece Hall there.
I just needed to not get auto-picked. I didn't know exactly what I should do.
A lot of action going down here.
I could see Jacobs, Montgomery, Etienne. Took a little swing on Breece Hall. I mean, Derrick Henry's probably good for another couple of years.
I'm going to be interested to see where like Zeke and Aaron Jones ends up falling down here.
Aaron Jones is pretty much dead, right? Is he done?
I don't know. A lot of
because
indecision over
Dylan's
there.
stature is greater. He's better. Saw some tweet about that.
Derrick Henry, he's out of there. See you later. Good pick.
Someone's trying to say take Dylan over Aaron Jones in startups.
I mean, quite a bit younger, and maybe once Aaron Rodgers rolls out, maybe it's a little bit more of a timeshare, and then maybe do the A.J. Dillon show. I got a lot of A.J. Dillon, so I wouldn't be upset with that. But
right, ton of A.J. Dillon in the late 2nd from a couple years ago. And now you can flip him for a profit if that's what you're into.
So there goes David Montgomery. That seems
properly rated.
Properly rated.
I could have taken David.
Getting a little respect there, maybe for David.
For sure.
Be interested to see what Big Co does here with 2 in a row. We got some YouTube chat going on over there.
Man, I'm trying to talk on the mics. How would I even know? How would I even know? I hope there's no one mad that we haven't replied in the chat.
First go around, a little sluggish here, a lot going on, a lot to process. So there's Godwin. That's a real strong pick. Maybe some value with the ACL tear. He could easily. We had Memphis on. He was talking up Godwin to be up in potentially the top 5 coming into this year. I didn't really argue with that too much as far as wide receiver rankings go. And then Big Co stabs on a rookie, Treylon Burks. So, ton of upside there. See how that ends up panning out for you. So we got a all receiver build on Big Co going on over here. So not typically something that he would do. There goes T. Higgins. I think that's pretty good.
I could have taken T with the last pick. Oh, and now I'm up. And I just got sniped.
There goes Travis Etienne. I had him as a big question mark coming in here. I kind of started breaking down some tiers for the patron side of this and have some questions that I'm going to try to massage out as we do these mock drafts moving forward throughout the offseason. Travis Etienne was one of those questions. Where is he? Where does he fit in? Where does he go right now in the 4th round? So that's pretty interesting. There goes DJ Moore.
DJ Moore in there. I mean, I could have taken another swing on a rookie, Kenneth Walker. I almost took Josh Jacobs. Not out on DJ Moore. 4th round. Seems like still a pretty good buying price for DJ Moore.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take probably my 2nd rated rookie in Kenneth Walker here, but definitely Calvin Ridley seems like he could be a value right here. We just don't really know what's going on. He was an end of the 1st round, 2nd round guy for a while here. We got Elijah Moore down there. We got St. Brown down there. I'm going to go ahead and stab on another running back, get some youth in my running back room with Kenneth Walker in the 4th round. Really like that guy. We got a breakdown coming down the pipe here any day long with Walker. It's been laid down. It's in the editing room, as they would say, and should be out any day now. And I'm really, really in love with what Kenneth Walker's bringing to the table here. So really like that pick. There goes Josh Jacobs. Now we got Patrick Mahomes, first quarterback off the board. So he's got Kamara, Andrews, Diggs, and Patrick Mahomes. So got kind of one of everything over there. So variety build, and then the value in Zeke at 4.9. All the guy did was have a bust up knee and finish as a RB1. People are ready to write him off as dead, but if he does what he's supposed to do, that team right there with Vengo probably just got some good value for Elliott for the next 2 years. Cowboys got him paid. They're going to use him. There goes Justin Herbert, 2nd quarterback off the board. Fats is a big Charger guy.
Yeah, Zeke's going to be there for 2 more years for sure. So
Elijah Mitchell was one of the next guys on my question of where does he fit in the tiers? What are we doing with Elijah Mitchell? Like,
Selling
you're bringing in Trey Lance. Elijah looked good. They have a lot of faith in him. And what happens when Trey Lance takes over? I could see them being definitely a little bit more run heavy team. Does Trey Sermon mix in? I have a hard time thinking that he doesn't mix in here at some point and take a little bit away from Mitchell. Is Trey gonna nerf maybe some touchdown upside from Mitchell? We didn't see a whole lot of catching out of Mitchell this year. When you go back and watch him, he looks great at the 4th round for a guy that was, hardly drafted in the 3rd round last year, sometimes not drafted at all. I mean, do you move on? I almost think that maybe you should, but, got a lot of Mitchell shares. I'd probably sell half. So there goes Nuke and Josh Allen. So now we got 3 quarterbacks off the board. Singletary with the next pick seems a little high. I'd love to chat about that a little bit. 5-2. St. Brown, he was in the mix for one of my picks, so I like that. There goes Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Isaiah Spiller, 3rd running back off the board. I know Vengo. I think that's his RB1. He's a patron. He's in the chat. He's a big Isaiah Spiller guy.
Of course, my computer is fucking up. Is yours working?
Oh, mine's working great. Things smooth as a whistle.
We are on the clock.
I indeed I'm on the clock.
Still got Terry,
We go
Calvin, Pittman.
How do you pass up the value on Calvin if he doesn't play? I guess it's a huge bummer, but
Falcons want Ridley to stick around. Yeah, no shit. That was 8 days ago.
I'm gonna go ahead and take the swing on Calvin Ridley because if he plays, I think that was extreme value right there. I mean.
Oh, there's speculation he could be traded. Well, that's great talk because that means he's not done. There's not
so hopefully
rumors of him being absolutely done.
Hopefully he sticks around, and I just got some strong value. He's kind of, again, I don't want to keep beating a dead horse, but definitely a guy I had circled on my tier breakdowns here of where does Calvin Ridley quite fit in here. And in the 5th round, late 5th, mid to late 5th, I guess you can't really turn him down. I think JMW thinking kind of the same thing here with Aaron Jones at 5'8". Rodgers comes back, you crush it. If not, probably still going to get some production out of Aaron Jones. Probably not going to be in the elite level, but Jay Wayne, time ticking down. What are you going to do? Scary Terry do it for you? Elijah Moore.
Probably should have gone Terry.
Elijah Moore. Okay.
Probably should have gone Terry. Right?
I've got Terry in about the same tier as Elijah Moore. I got Elijah Moore maybe could be potentially down another tier for me. Right near the top of that 5th-ish tier, and we got Elijah Moore. I think that's fair. I think it's a good pick. You go either way. I mean, you hope that the Jets solve their quarterback problem, but we have no idea what's going on at quarterback for the Washington Commanders.
Way to get that right, because I'm definitely going to blow that all year long.
So this is good. A lot of the guys that I had questions about that I thought might actually end up going a little later, A.J. Dillon right there. So only 2 picks away from Aaron Jones is A.J. Dillon. What do you think about that? There goes Scary Terry. Probably.
I did check the comments for a second here, and Mark was like, "I'll take Dillon over Jones."
Well, he's in there. He's ready to go. Big Co with double picks. Who's he gonna?
Hasn't taken a running back.
Gotta
yet.
go running back here, right?
No, you don't, because it sucks. It dried up. It's the dry zone. Who do you want to
take?
We're
We're not quite dry. We got Kareem Hunt. You got Miles Sanders out there. I feel good about those guys in the 6th, 7th round. He's going tight end. He's going Dallas Goedert.
You gotta take Kareem Hunt then, I guess, right? I mean, I guess you just wait and see.
Or just play a little
Michael
0
Carter.
RB and just draft a bunch of them a little later. Michael Carter, another guy, don't really know where to factor him into my rankings just yet. He's been a tough. I went back and watched some the last couple days, and there's times where he's dead to rights and just gets out of there and looks pretty damn good. And I believe that the front office of the Jets are going to continue to build that O-line. They took some shots. They're going to add some pieces. So I think he could be in good hands. He's probably going to be in a committee, but who isn't? I think he's probably best served that way. But damn, he had some really good-looking spots just on the Jets and was a little banged up last year. So there goes Lamar Jackson. Big Co took a tight end and Amari Cooper. So Goddard kind of maybe one of those last tight end premium tight ends where you're maybe starting to get a tier break. You have Noah Fant, who I like a lot. We just need a quarterback to, I think, really elevate this Broncos offense. I think in my rankings here, ratings, tiers, all those guys have a line drawn next to their name with a QB, and the arrow goes up. They move up a tier or two. But you got Noah Fant, who we think can be elite and be up in that tight end premium zone where you need to go ahead and select him, and then maybe just let a bunch of, if you're not going to get them, there's a tier break. Dallas Goedert's probably right there. Mike Gesicki needs a contract, but he could be right there. And Noah Fant, probably one of those guys. Pat Freiermuth, we're hoping turns into that guy, but we're not sure yet, so he hasn't been deemed that cutoff zone if you're playing tight end premium. So I'm coming up here, got a gang of wide receivers. What do you do with them? We got, let's see here. We got Garrett Wilson, Keenan Allen, Jamison Williams, Brandon Ayuk, David Bell, Claypool, Hollywood, Ayuk.
Claypool, baby. I could have taken Claypool, but I felt like I needed to take Pittman because I took Elijah Moore over Terry McLaurin. I don't know if that makes sense, but I would love to take Michael Thomas. It seems like a great value, but I don't even know what's going to go on there.
I was hoping Pittman was going to make it to me, but you snagged him, so I'm going to go ahead and take Jerry Jeudy and hope that we get a little bit of quarterback splash here. And Robbie Jeffries is thinking the same thing. He's going Noah Fant, and then Garrett Wilson. So I was interested to see where these rookies would mix in, and it looks like around the late third, early fourth.
I reached a little bit for Brees Hall there.
We started getting some running backs mixed in, and then the first rookie receiver off the board was Burks, followed by Drake. Now we've had Garrett Wilson.
With that Fant pick, you got to get Fant in tight end premium. If he's the last of those guys, that's a great pick there. I mean, I don't care what happens.
You got Gesicki left. So
right.
One more, but I mean,
Fant.
And somebody else will probably pop and end up being a guy like that. Like Kmet was a guy that I was hoping that would be that guy and showed a little promise. Could find some love with maybe some Zach Ertz a little later, but it's not looking that fun tight end wise. Freiermuth now off the board. There goes Keenan Allen and Mike Evans. So we're kind of getting into that OG kind of wide receiver area. The Michael Thomases, the Mike Evans, the Keenan Allen, Nuke. Kind of all those OG receivers. There's Lockett. I kind of have him in that category. I guess you kind of group all those guys in the same and then say, wherever you want to draft them in the 6th round, that's probably proper. If you got a good team and you're rolling, that's going to be strong points in your lineup every week. How long are you going to get it for? I don't know. So when do you take that shot on, hey, maybe I only get another year or two of premium production out of these guys?
You're talking about what? Just
out of these old
Keenan,
the OG
Tyler,
receivers here.
Evans. I feel the best about Keenan because I know his quarterback isn't going anywhere. He is.
I'm gonna grab this last premium tight end in Gesicki that I think could really make a difference for my team. He stuck around. Obviously needs a contract, but had a big breakout this past year. And was really showing what he could do pass catching wise. Miles Sanders, I think, is a good value in the 7th round for JMW there. Would have definitely had him on the radar had not for Gesicki being there. Man, this is a lot. It's fast. It's happening fast. These will slow down on us a little bit as we get our tiers a little bit more in line and massaged out. It'll just kind of be on auto pick at that point. Would have loved to have Kyle Pitts instead of A.J. Brown, but much like you would, I think, have Kyle Pitts over Javonte Williams. I could be okay with taking Javonte Williams over A.J. Brown in the beginning of this thing. So we've had quite a bit more quarterbacks than I thought. This early, we're already almost out of kind of quarterbacks that you'd want to draft. I'm almost to the point of where I'm just gonna probably let this thing ride out.
It doesn't make you draft one, I don't believe, so you don't have to, and you don't need to draft a quarterback in the first 12 rounds.
So we're only doing 12, but if once it gets to Lance and Fields, I think I'd want to take a shot on those guys.
It won't get to those guys by the end of this. I mean, I think Fields.
Oh, they'll both be gone. Gone before 12.
We did a mock draft with the patrons with an hour clock a week or so ago, and over on the Discord channel. So make sure you head over to Patreon if you want to join us all off season. We're going to do these live mocks as often as we can, but we're doing more mocks with the slower clock, chatting it up in the Discord. So just a little bit of motivation to go over there. And after this show, after this draft, we might head over to Afters on the Discord on the Patreon and talk about this draft a little bit. So that'll be just Patreon.
Things
only.
Can slow down. You can regroup and really get.
Tell you how terrible I feel about this draft. I don't know if I should make drafts. I don't know if I should be a body in this. I should just produce and commentate because it's hard as fuck.
That's all right. Picks. Big Co. So Big Co takes first rookie running back as his running back of choice. Big Co is a guy who will definitely not draft who he was going to draft and kind of let the chips fall as they may. So I don't think this is necessarily a Big Co team, but
you gotta try new things.
Right.
You know?
Gotta see how you feel after you draft. That's the whole point of mocking. You
right.
don't have to stick to your formula. You can kind of get outside, draft a team, see how you feel about it. Like when you make a pick, I definitely didn't like that. I wasn't feeling that. James Robinson, torn Achilles at the end of the season. So what the hell do you do with him? It's a tough get. So does that probably maybe ETN should be up around, but maybe he's not. That the foot injury, is he right? Is he not? I don't know.
He's back. He's rehabbing. The rehab's going well. They say he should be back.
Now that's a Big Co pick. Dakota Prescott there. That's there he is. George Pickens and Jamison Williams. So 2 rookies back to back. Really Debo's anchor in his wide receiver core, but taking 2 rookies and George Pickens, if not for an injury, it was regarded in Devery circles as being one of the top picks, probably getting slept on a little bit right now and disrespected, and there's probably some good value on Pickens as far as rookie drafts go right now. We'll see how that pans out once we get there. We've seen guys make big leaps, but
we've already done Walker. That'll air in the next few days, and then we're gonna do Jamison Williams after that, and then I feel like we'll go on to Pickens, right? So we'll be taking a deep dive look at him here in the.
How does the Hollywood chatter of
him retiring to play video games? That can't. People just put the dumbest shit on Twitter. I saw some dude talking about how his kid died. He was trying to be funny. He was joking, and people were going along with it. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? Like, when did it become? It's like shock value on top of shock value.
Yeah.
On top of not being funny at all. I just don't understand. And then people put these breaking news. Say whatever you want after that, so that people will click on your shit. It's just
anything
the
you got to
dumbest
do.
Shit ever. If that's what you got to do, then maybe you should pick up a hobby or figure something else out with your life. Get off Twitter.
That Juju pick was gutting JMW. He was queued up at the top of my queue. I think there's outstanding value in Juju. He's a free agent. I think he's being totally slept on right now. Definitely a top trade target for me, and definitely a top draft target for me right now. And then on the other side of me, Robbie Jeffries there. I went Darnell Mooney, and Allen Robinson was 100%. I flipped a coin. Who the hell am I going to take here? Mooney's coming off a great season and seems to have a rapport with Justin Fields, and I'm going to hope they're building on that, and I like everything I saw from Mooney. Fournette was the next pick, so I feel good about my picks because all of those guys were guys that were at the top of my list of who I kind of wanted there. Dawson Knox goes, Dalton Schultz goes, Mike Williams then goes, which I don't know what to do with him. And James Conner, he was on a 1-year deal. Maybe the Cards bring him back and not Chase Edmonds, and maybe you get some Eno Benjamin value without Chase Edmonds, and it's a James Conner show, so it could be a little late round stab there. And then Hunter Renfrow, 9 point. What do you do with Hunter Renfrow right now? Do you sell Hunter Renfrow because it's just found money, or do you just say, hey, I got me the new school, Wes
Julian
Welker, Edelman, Brandon Stokely, insert white slot receiver here.
I mean, unless they're just knocking your socks off, I'm keeping him. But if you can use him to upgrade to a better player, then I guess you should do that.
You take Brandon Cooks or Cortland Sutton?
Cortland? I don't know. What the hell went wrong with Cortland? I wouldn't take either of them. I'm going to take somebody else. If you're considering.
I had Jerry Jeudy, so that swayed me from taking Cortland Sutton. I didn't want 2 Broncos receivers, so I went with Cooks. always undervalued and always performs. He's in that OG category that I was talking about before with the Lockett's and Allens. I feel like feel free to draft him wherever you're comfortable. I feel like Odell's value was
9th round
gonna be outstanding, but we got an ACL and a Super Bowl, so that's a bummer for a 29-year-old guy.
Is it torn?
Yeah,
it's torn.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Just bad picks all around.
Maybe just produce next time.
Yeah. It looks good.
It does.
Looks pretty good.
It's something that I definitely want because the value.
I mean the production, the all of this.
The value was definitely going to go up. And there to Rashad Penny. What do you do? I know I've been saying it a million times over and over again in this mock, but this is why we're doing it, to help us figure it out and you figure it out. What do you do with Rashad Penny? Absolutely slayed the end of the season. Needs a contract. What do you do? 9th round. I think that's a good stab, man. I think that's a really, really good stab at Rashad Penny, a guy who had a lot of aspirations of being great from the fantasy community, and just I think that's a really, really strong stab with Rashad Penny. I think 9th, 10th round, properly rated. Feel free to get into it. So be interesting. Then another rookie tight end, the Texas A&M guy goes here, and then Big Co takes Trey Lance and Dak Prescott. So. And then Chase Edmonds. So where is Chase Edmonds going to end up? We don't know. There goes Myles Gaskin. I got to start prepping for what the hell I'm doing here.
I'm going to take my boy, the same guy that we were preaching in the 10th round last year.
Darrell Henderson.
Paid off big for you.
For some of the season.
I mean, for a 10th round pick, that was knocking it out of the park.
I think that Kadarius Toney pick at 9-2 was a nice pick at somebody who, if he could get a full season in with a decent quarterback, I think he's shooting way. I think that's value. That could be shooting way up to the 3rd, 4th round, and a guy that you're really, really talking about heaping some praise on. Rondale Moore way down here.
I got him queued up. I could take him here. I could take Russell Wilson.
Adam Thielen.
Darrell Henderson.
There's the South Dakota or North Dakota State Christian Watson. He's off the board, so he's starting to come around in rookie draft circles of being potentially even into the 1st round here. What do you think about Kenny G? Didn't do much for you.
He's dead. And Daniel Jones is back. He's dead.
But you got Dayball. We were talking about this a little bit in the chat beforehand. You got Dayball coming in. Maybe, if Josh Allen would have went to, let's say I'm up. So we'll save that story for next time.
Who are you going to take? Who are you going to take? Take me off a piece of that. Michael Gallup. Justin Ross. You scared of Justin Ross?
I don't think I'm really scared of Justin Ross. I took my first quarterback, Matt Stafford. I was thinking about taking Justin Fields there, but went ahead and grabbed Stafford. But what I was really, I think there's value right now attached to Deshaun Watson. I think that's probably the best quarterback that you could stab on right now as you get late in these drafts, because how it could pay off is awesome. Now, if you're morally obligated to stay away from Deshaun Watson, more power to you. But I'm going to, he's not babysitting my kids, so I'll go ahead and just scoop up that value there. Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields still on the board quarterback-wise, Jalen Hurts as well. So I feel like I probably blew that Stafford pick, but that's why we do this. I don't even know who Robbie Jeffries just drafted there. There goes Adam Thielen. There goes Justin Ross. Ramondre Stevenson. He was popping into my thoughts. And Gabe Davis, there it is. That's a great value right there. That's great value, right? Gabe, I mean, I think Emmanuel Sanders. Emmanuel Sanders could potentially come back, and then Beasley, I think, has one more year on his deal, and Diggs has 2 more. But that usage in the AFC Championship game or the divisional round game there, I think was outstanding.
4 touchdowns? That did it for you? And
I mean, I don't know how you don't give him more usage throughout the season when you have a game like that. I think. That was some of the best value of the draft right now, of just what could be of him emerging as being awesome. So
anytime Sanders was missing, Gabe was pretty good, and we plugged him, and it was a very solid floor.
This is a strong little draft from Zach here. I'm not sure about that Singletary pick necessarily, but other than that, I really like all the picks. Don't know what to do with Mike Williams, but
I saw
Tony, Gabe Davis, Zach Ertz, Kareem Hunt, all nice from 7th round on. Like all those, and then I like, obviously the first couple rounds.
Zach's in the chat. He said that Spiller would have been a much better pick than Singletary. And he would have liked to have that one back, which I agree. Good observation.
It's hard at 30 seconds, and it's hard. It's a lot going on right now. So
right. The only thing I'm good at in 30 seconds is sex.
And there goes Deshaun Watson in the 11th round. I got nervous. I blew it. I should have waited, and maybe I wouldn't have gotten Deshaun, but I feel bad about that Stafford pick right now. I feel like I may just stab on Chris Carson here.
He's definitely dead.
He's dead, yeah. But, 11th round, when he plays, he's been good. He's a little old, maybe with a neck injury. So not so sure. Rojo's still on the board. Trey Sermon's still on the board. Is anybody going to stab on him? Gainwell on the board. So, getting slim at wide receiver or getting slim at running back. We have Rashad White and James Cook and Brian Robinson as rookie running backs on the board right now. Jerome Ford from Cincinnati, he's on the board. So all those guys are available. Michael Gallup with a late season ACL. That's probably a better value pick maybe than Chris Carson for what could be. He needs a contract. There goes Gainwell.
I need a third running back.
So
desperately.
Let's see how the end of this draft really plays out here. What are we going to do?
Man, I probably could have taken really blew it with that Odell pick. You can't take a 29-year-old wide receiver coming off an ACL tear. He really tore his ACL. That's some Odell shit. Just be lighting it up in the first half of the Super Bowl, non-contact, tear your ACL injury. That's a huge bummer for him.
Is there some DJ Chark value?
Yeah.
Seems like it could be.
Mm-hmm.
Rondell's down here. Now we've talked a lot about.
Shut up, man! I'm trying to get him to fall to my next pick.
We've talked a lot about Rondell. Are the Cardinals willing to commit to him and make him as good as he could be? And I haven't seen it yet. I'm not sure. It seems like a lot of turmoil over there. So just it's a wait and see on Rondell, but the value's starting to be there to be able to snag him and just sit him there. The talent is absolutely there with Rondell Moore. So then the Jalen Hurts pick is a nice pick for Mark, but he already has Joe Burrow, so I don't necessarily condone that. 2 quarterbacks, but we got some value going on there with Jalen Hurts. Big Co's rounding out his running back room with Ronald Jones, who needs a contract. So, you could see the value jump up a little bit there when he's signed somewhere. Chase Edmonds, again, he's got 2 free agent running backs who's, Chase Edmonds, I think, is a steal right now in the 10th round. Wherever he goes, he's going to be decent. And then a Will Fuller who's moved to William Fuller on Sleeper this year. So big changes for him ahead, apparently.
Big Willie.
There goes Irv Smith. I don't hate that stab at all. Yeah. No, I like it right now. Give me 12th round. We were hoping that we were about to see a big emergence last year. Didn't quite see it. He got injured. So, we got, I believe, is somebody take? Oh yeah, Komet's up there at 9. Van Gogh. So Gerald Everett had a nice little run last year with Russell at times. Helped us win an FFPC championship.
Who, Everett? Yeah, that's a good pick.
There goes Trey Sermon. I'm going to go ahead and just grab Kenny Galladay here, man. You're going to give me Kenny in the 12th. I know it wasn't great last year. Hopefully Dayball comes in there. We were talking a little bit about that Giants pick with quarterback. If Josh Allen maybe would have went to the Giants, maybe they would have ruined him. Maybe Josh Allen wouldn't be the Josh Allen that we know he is now. Maybe Dayball and the Bills really helped Allen get to where he needed to be, because there was certainly a lot of detractors with Jared Allen, and maybe there has been some bright spots with Daniel Jones. He just hasn't had his full cast of characters or an offensive line that's been super healthy. I'm not making excuses for Daniel Jones, but there has been some bright spots in there, so maybe they can mold him in. They've also been talking a little bit about making a splash play at a trade or a free agent acquisition at the quarterback position in one of the New Yorks or both. So very interesting there, and I think Kenny Galladay at 12 is strong value. Christian Kirk all he did last year was be pretty freaking consistent for you. Laviska Shenault, we're still waiting for him to break out, but if you're going to give him to me in the 12th round, I like the player. I like the package. I like what's going on, and you're getting Doug Peterson over there, and maybe he'll use him to his full potential, but we haven't quite seen it yet. James Cook, Robinson from Alabama. I know there's some love for him in the draft community there. Probably should be a little bit more. And then Aaron Rodgers and Cordero Patterson, just a nice. I just absolutely was helped a whole lot of teams get to the playoffs last year. I believe he needs a contract too.
He's unrestricted.
So, nice little stabs with Darrell Henderson.
And if you can really put him in the running back spot,
you can put him in both in here. He's available in both. So nice little draft. We appreciate you joining us. We'll tighten this ship up the next go around. I know it was a little loosey-goosey to get started. We appreciate you sticking with us. We appreciate you watching the video. So we're going to head over to Patreon, digest this thing a little bit, maybe work on some tier action, and try to tighten up for the next mock draft we do. Be sure to subscribe and get all these rookie breakdowns we're doing, as well as multiple other things. As well as you can see, we're doing drafts. We got other videos popping out, not just rookies, but trying to focus on the rookies pretty heavy right now, but also keeping an eye on value and where guys are going, and working on our tiers overall. So we'll catch you guys next time. We appreciate you joining us, and tune in next time we'll do a Superflex mock next. So appreciate y'all.
Who's not doing Superflex? Appreciate you. Peace.